We are now just 5 months away from the ODI World Cup 2023. After a very long time, India is exclusively going to host the ODI World Cup. And there is a bit of nostalgia also 27 years later, because according to a report in CricBuzz, the dates and the venues for India's games as well as for Pakistan's venues in this ODI World Cup have been announced. Now, the BCCI is reportedly planning to host a function wherein they are going to reveal the dates, the official dates and the venues for the games for India, and the entire schedule of the World Cup is going to be unveiled. So without any further ado, let us get to the basic news point as to all you fans want to know when to mark that date in your calendar regarding India versus Pakistan or most of India's games. Before I get to that, the tournament is going to begin on October 5 at the Narendra Modi Stadium, and the first game will be between the finalists of the 2019 World Cup, England and New Zealand. Now, not just 2019, it is a bit of nostalgia for me personally also, because in 1996, when the World Cup was hosted, the first game happened between England and New Zealand at the Motera Stadium. Now it is the Narendra Modi Stadium. Nathan Astle hit 101 and New Zealand went on to win by 11 runs against England. This time around, England and New Zealand 2023, they will kickstart the tournament yet again. The final will be on November 19th at the Narendra Modi Stadium. But this is where you will have to mark your dates, because India versus Pakistan, that is on October 15th. And it is at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Let me tell you that, because a capacity of over 1 lakh, you would want more fans to enjoy that experience. And what better experience than India versus Pakistan? But India's opening game will be against Australia, and the venue is the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk. Now, India versus Australia at Chepauk has always been a classic. If you look at the World Cup, 1987 World Cup, Australia won by 1 run against India at Chepauk. And it set the tone for what would be Australia's record-breaking run in the World Cups, 5 World Cup titles. 87 was the first time Australia had won, and in 2023 they would be wanting to add a 6th to their kitty. So as I had mentioned, 2023 will have a repeat of the 1996 World Cup in opener, England versus New Zealand at Ahmedabad in 1996. Now England versus New Zealand 27 years later, they will have the opener yet again on October 5. But this is the most important point. India is hosting the World Cup exclusively for the first time ever. Because you look at it in 1987, India had co-hosted it with Pakistan. You look at 1996, India had co-hosted with Sri Lanka and Pakistan. You look at 2011, India had co-hosted with Bangladesh and Sri Lanka as well. So this is the first time ever, 2016 T20 World Cup exclusively in India. Now the ODI World Cup will be held for the very first time in this country, exclusively in all the venues. But there is a big stumbling point, and that is Pakistan. Now remember, the India versus Pakistan situation is deteriorated when you look at the Asia Cup. India has rejected the hybrid model, and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, citing logistical tensions and also the hassles of going from one country to the other, they have also rejected the hybrid model. Pakistan is adamant that all the games should be held there, but now India, having dug its heels in, now it looks like the Asia Cup will not be held in Pakistan. Whether it will be held in Sri Lanka, that's a different story altogether. But Pakistan have made it clear that they will travel to India. This is another big breaking news. Pakistan will travel to India for the World Cup, irrespective of the Asia Cup venue outcome. Now, actually, Pakistan have requested that they do not play in Ahmedabad because they do not feel safe. The security issues that are there in Ahmedabad and all the other situations. But if the final is in Ahmedabad, if Pakistan make it to the final, they will play there. That is the condition that's been laid down. Whether the BCCI takes it seriously is another matter altogether. But Pakistan's games will be held in Hyderabad, Chennai, Bengaluru in addition to Ahmedabad. The South Zone has been dedicated to Pakistan because that's where hosting, whenever it has come to Pakistan, it has not been an issue whatsoever. Be it Bengaluru, be it Chennai, Pakistan have always felt safe in these venues. Now, if you have to look at it, the final list of venues have also been announced. Kolkata, Delhi, Indore, Dharamshala, Guwahati, Rajkot, Raipur, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Chennai and Bengaluru. These are the venues that might host the ICC ODI World Cup. Nagpur and Mohali might miss out. This might be a bitter blow for Mohali because it had hosted the semi-final in the 2011 edition, but now it may not even host a single game. The PCA stadium might be very, very underwhelming in that sense because IPL games have been played there. A lot of other international games have happened. For them to not get the 2023 ODI World Cup, it might be a very bitter blow for them. Nagpur also hosted the India versus South Africa match there as well. But again, Nagpur, the VCS stadium also has had great hosting facilities. But why did not make the cut? It remains to be seen. Now, in addition to the venues, this one major point, Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai might host one of the semi-finals. So, all these venues are there, but Wankhede might host one of the semi-finals. So, in a sense now, you've got Pakistan playing in the south of the country, Hyderabad, Bengaluru and Chennai. On the other hand, if Ahmedabad wants to host two India games, including the final, then it might very well do so because 1 lakh capacity, it's a true sight indeed. So, India versus Pakistan, mark your dates, Sunday, October 15th. India's opening game will be against Australia at Chepauk most likely. And the tournament begins on October 5 with England versus New Zealand. But mark your dates even for the final because November 19th, that is when the final of the ICC ODI World Cup is going to be held. Will India end a decade-long jinx in ICC events in 2023? It remains to be seen. But 3 times, 2011, 2015, 2019, the hosts have won the World Cup. This time, India might be hoping to prolong that same streak. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.